lot of motorcycles, eh?
Yes, it's perfect motorcycle weather. And they like these roads because they're pretty good shape. They're not very busy, you know. And if nobody's around, you can just crank open the throttle because, you know, it's just a bunch of farmers living here anyway. They really like going in and out of the trees. Okay. Missed a motorcycle. I'm tying a yellow ribbon around the dead ash tree. You know that song? Tie a yellow ribbon on the old oak tree. Still my love, will you wait for me? I guess you don't remember that one. It was before your time. I'm marking trees that are dead, very dead, where there's big bare patches on them. The bark is coming off. Yeah. And there's no signs of life in the tree. Then I'm marking it. And then these are the trees that should come out. Or trees that have been damaged, like this one. Or the top was broken. And,
Leave her. Yeah, this one looks a little precarious, huh?
oh yeah. I mean, this one is, you know, it's still alive, but it's very sparse in the top, and there's obviously stuff going on here. And the bark is loose. That's never a good sign, right? That's what protects the tree from damage and invaders, insects, fungus. So indicates the tree is not healthy. And also these sprouts further on this part of the trunk, you know, it's on its way out and it's trying to recover, and that's why it's sprouting down here. Another indication that this tree is not healthy. In fact, hardly any of these. It's probably would be easier to go through and find the healthy trees and mark them. That might make more sense. But ones like this, you know, for that one, I mean, even if they are alive, they're, you know, they're just not, you know, they just are not ever going to be anything. And you know, if they come out, it'll make room for something else. But this is ash, and they actually they use it to make handles for tools like hammers and rakes and shovels. You know, it's a very beautiful grain. It's a lovely wood. But these guys are pooched.
Would you say that these trees, even though they're small, are still worth something because of the current craziness in the market?
And the building, I don't know. Frankly, I don't know.
Because it's big enough to make a handle.
I mean, if you knew a tool maker, you know what I mean? Like an industrial tool maker, they want something straight to start with. They don't want crooked. But somebody that makes them one at a time, a craftsman, might appreciate this for handles, or even for furniture. Turning it and using it to make spindles for chairs and stuff like that. If it's still alive, I'm going to leave it. But if it's really, really in a rough shape, or it just is going to interfere with somebody else. And the ash along at the other end, the big ash trees by the gate are all lost their leaves. And I have no idea why. Yeah, these are all they're all checking out, you know. I wonder if there's something that's communicating from one to the other, some fungal disease. Because they all seem to be just struggling, every single one. I don't see any of these ash that look very good. That's woodpecker damage. There are lots of insects that will live in and on the bark and under the bark if the bark starts to, if the tree is not healthy and there's gaps where in the bark, like here, where insects and fungus can get entry, then they lay eggs and they have larvae in there and they are in there moving around, and the woodpeckers remove the overlying material and go after the guys living under you. But you can see how easily the bark just pops off. Eh? I mean, you think it looks fine, but there's hardly anything holding it on. And it's doing that in big patches.
Well, there's naked trees all over the place in this patch. Almost every tree has a naked patch. And look, here's sweetie, all along this one.
Oh yeah, this one is done. It's too badly damaged. But you know, if you could make a nice broom handle out of this. It probably has some value. It would be an artisanal value, not commercial. You'd have to find someone that would appreciate it. Yeah.
Right, that was it for this battery.
Mm-hmm.